My husband's dead first wife showed up to our wedding reception with their 3 kids he said never existed. I saw her by the gift table with 3 teenagers. Mike, who's that? He turned and froze. Oh my God! The woman walked over. Hello, Michael, nice wedding. I looked between them. You know her? My husband couldn't speak. I need to tell this story while I'm still in shock. I'm sitting in what was supposed to be my honeymoon suite, still in my wedding dress, and my entire life just imploded 6 hours ago. I'm Emma, 29, and I thought I just married the love of my life. Mike is 35, successful, charming, everything I wanted. We met 3 years ago at a marketing conference. He was the keynote speaker, and I was instantly drawn to him. What he told me about his past. His first wife, Rebecca, died in a car accident 8 years ago. A drunk driver hit her. They'd been fighting before she died, which haunted him. They never had kids, which he said was his biggest regret. He couldn't even smell wine without remembering the night the police knocked on his door. I admired his vulnerability, once I found him looking at their old wedding photo. I'm sorry, he said, putting it away. No, I told him. She was important to you. That doesn't threaten me. He said I was healing something in him he thought would stay broken forever. God, I was so stupid. The wedding was perfect. 200 guests at the Fairmont Hotel. My dress cost $8,000, money I'd saved for 3 years. When I walked down the aisle, Mike actually cried. The reception started beautifully. First dance, speeches, laughter. I was talking to my aunt near the gift table when I noticed them. A woman in a simple black dress with 3 teenagers. They looked uncomfortable, out of place. Mike, I said, touching his arm. Who's that? He glanced over casually, then went completely rigid. The color drained from his face. Oh my God! The woman saw us and started walking over. The teenagers followed. Hello, Michael. Her voice was calm. Nice wedding. You know her? I asked. Mike couldn't speak. I'm Rebecca, the woman said. His wife. Well, ex-wife. The room tilted. That's not possible. You're dead. She laughed, but it wasn't cruel. Is that what he told you? No, I'm very much alive. And these are our kids, Melissa, Jordan, and Tyler. The teenagers waved awkwardly. The girl said, Hi, Dad. Dad. The word echoed in my head. Mike? I grabbed his arm. What is going on? Rebecca, what are you doing here? Your wedding announcement was in the Times, Michael, with a big photo and everything. My wedding announcement. I'd been so proud. Mike had seemed uncomfortable, but I'd insisted. You told her I was dead? Rebecca's voice hardened. Really, Michael? You left me, Mike's voice cracked. You took the kids and left. I left because you cheated on me, multiple times. I left because you spent all our savings on your investments. I left to protect our children from your lies. Each word was a punch. This wasn't the man I knew. But the drunk driver, I said weakly. The accident. Rebecca looked at me with pity. Honey, there was no accident. I'm a dental hygienist in New Jersey. Have been for 8 years. Raised 3 kids alone because their father decided we were too inconvenient for his new life. The divorce papers, Mike said desperately. You never signed. I signed them 3 times. You never filed them. She pulled out her phone. I have emails from my lawyer asking where the final decree was. I sank into a chair. Are you saying I'm not legally married? Mike reached for me. Emma, please. Don't touch me. People were starting to notice. My sister Jessica hurried over. I didn't come to ruin your wedding, Rebecca said. I came because my kids deserve to know their father. Tyler's applying to colleges and needed his father's information for financial aid. The oldest boy, maybe 17, looked exactly like Mike. Same eyes, same jaw. Did you ever think about us? The girl asked quietly. Or did you just forget we existed? I didn't forget, Mike said. I thought it was better. Better to pretend we were dead? The younger boy looked hurt. That's messed up, Dad. How could you? I stood up, voice rising. How could you tell me they were dead? How could you let me marry you when you're already married? We're divorced, Mike insisted. Rebecca shook her head. Michael, I tried for 8 years to get you to file those papers. You always had an excuse. She looked at me. I'm sorry. I assumed he'd handled it before proposing. You owe Mom like $100,000 in child support, Tyler said suddenly. We lived in a crappy apartment. Mom worked 2 jobs. Melissa couldn't do travel soccer. Jordan waited 2 years for braces, all because Dad decided we weren't worth supporting. My family was gathering closer. The band had stopped. 200 guests were watching my life fall apart. I need to go, I said. Emma, wait. Mike grabbed my hand. I love you. What we have is real. Real. Nothing about you is real. Your tragic widower story? Lieutenant? Your regret about not having kids? Lieutenant, you have 3 children you abandoned. Jessica appeared. Come on, Em. Let's go. Work this out? I spun around. You're married. You have 3 kids. You've lied every single day for 3 years. What exactly is there to work out? Rebecca gathered her kids. You have my number, Michael. If you want to be in your children's lives, call. If not, well, I tried. She turned to me. You deserve better than this. They left. Tyler looked back once, and the longing in his face broke my heart. The marriage isn't legal, I said. I'm not actually married. That's good, Jessica said. Makes this easier. As she led me away, I heard Mike's best man say, Dude, what the hell? In the lobby, I pulled off my ring and handed it to Jessica. Make sure he gets this. I've been at Jessica's apartment for 6 hours, still in my wedding dress. Mike's called 47 times. I haven't answered. Rebecca messaged me on Facebook. I'm sorry this happened. If you need documentation for annulment proceedings, let me know. Since the divorce was never finalized, your marriage isn't valid. Silver lining, I guess. I keep thinking about those kids. Tyler applying for college, Melissa who couldn't play soccer, Jordan who waited for braces. They're real. They're the only real thing about Mike. The Mike I fell in love with, the tragic widower who chose me to heal his broken heart, that man was fiction. The real Mike abandoned his family and found it easier to pretend they were dead than pay child support. Tomorrow I start the legal process. Annulment papers, returning gifts, canceling Greece, moving out, starting over. But tonight, I'm sitting in a dress that cost more than Rebecca made in a month at her 2 jobs, wondering how I could have been so blind. No friends from before 8 years ago. No family at our wedding. Always changing the subject about his past. He built an entire life on a lie, and I built my future on quicksand. Update. Posted next day. Thank you for all the support. To answer questions. Yes, it's real. I have the annulment papers to prove it. Mike is technically guilty of bigamy, but Rebecca doesn't want to press charges.